I was scrolling and then I saw this post of the oil of oregano, right? I saw it a couple days ago and I said, I'm going to do it, right? Because of my son and shit. And then I remembered when I was making it, I remembered my grandma. Because in Guatemala, everybody had fucking parasites and shit, bitch. And I remember my grandma used to make me some olive oil and some garlic, right? She would make it, she would cook it for a little bit and then just give me the oil. And then I would have to dip it with some bread and then eat it, right? And then she would use that same oil with the garlic and then put it on my abdomen, right? Because I had stomach aches and shit. So I was talking to myself that everybody over there has basically parasites, bitch. And I remember that's what my grandma used to do when I was little. And then I remembered when I came here, I was 6 years old, and I don't give a fuck talking about it because I'm gonna explain why. So when I was 6 years old, I came here, right? And I remember going to the bathroom, and next thing you know, I'm screaming like, "Oh my God!" And I call, my dad came in and he was looking at the toilet, bitch. And it was like a whole, it wasn't a snake, bitch, but it looked like a snake. That shit was huge. It wasn't, the ones that wrap around. It wasn't one of those. Um, but it was huge. It was a huge ass worm, bitch. But like I said, it looked like a snake. And I was 6 years old when that shit went down. And I was explaining to myself, remembering the only reason why it had came out was because of the water. Like everybody that goes to a different country, they already know that once you come here, they die. When you go to your country, you're gonna get sick with some kind of parasite, bitch, because they're in the fruit, shit like that. So people in their head, they're like, oh well, it's because they were dirty. Nah, bitch, it's because it's in the fruit, it's in the food, right? Shit like that. So, anyways, and I remember I was screaming, and my dad ran in the bathroom and we were looking at it, and it was this brown, big, it looked like a snake, bitch. It was long. It wasn't those ones that wrap all around your fucking intestines. It wasn't that one, because those are white. I saw it on one of a little dog that I had. It was not a tapeworm. But this other one looked like a fucking snake. It was huge and it was brown. But like I said, the water from here it used to make it go away. Every time we went over there, we already knew, right? And then I was thinking, nowadays, instead of the water making shit come out, they put other shit in the water to where you can't get rid of them. It's probably already in the water, like parasites are in our water now. All that shit, in order for you to stay fucked up, not only they put it in your vaccines and shit, they put it in your water. They want to fuck you up, right? So instead of being a cure before for people, it's not. Now it's now we're like the third world countries now, bitch. Now everybody's walking around with worms and shit that our own fucking country has put in us, bitch. And so they can, because of the autism and all this fuck shit. So when I'm Googling this shit, trying to get the recipe, they freeze my fucking phone, bitch. They kick me out. I have to go back in. I'm trying to find out how to do it. And then it's always a delay. These people, even with that, bitch, even with that, they're pathetic. Like I can't even, right? But like I said, it doesn't even matter. So they brought back my granny's memory. I was also saying, in Guatemala, they sell those medications at the fucking corner store, right? And where the fuck are they now? Like, are they giving them to people? They say, oh, I remember when I told the doctor that I wanted my son to get checked for parasites. And they were like, no, we don't do that here, man. If he hasn't gone to another country, then we're not going to check him. And I'm like, well, why? Right? I feel like he has parasites. And they were like, no. But anyways, that medication should be sold like at Walmart and shit like that. Especially if now we know that they're doing this kind of shit, right? So it should be sold at Walmart. Bitch, oh, you feel like you got some kind of an issue with parasites? Okay, well, every year, every 6 months in Guatemala, that was the thing. every 6 months, every year, you would take medication for it because everybody knew that people had them. You know, they wouldn't wait till they got sick and lost a whole bunch of weight or their stomach was all fucked up. Obviously, we knew, or you ate something and then it made you sick. You know, because when you got parasites, apparently you can't eat certain things like green stuff because then it riles them up or some shit. And then you get stomach aches and shit like that. That's when my grandma used to buy me the medication. And then in order for my stomach to not hurt, she would wrap my stomach with that oil and, but it wasn't oregano. It was garlic. It was, she would make me eat it and then she would wrap it around me. Olive oil and garlic. And then, so we should probably do that same thing. But the thing is, if it's the government doing this fuck shit, I mean, maybe people in Congress need to fight for that shit. Because if we know that that's what's going on and there's a lot of people with autism and shit, maybe they can get better, right? Because like I said, my son, but the thing is, I know for a fucking fact that my son was turned in like a voodoo sacrifice, because when I got pregnant, I saw this black lady in this gold car, right? She was holding some vocal cords in her hand like this. And I was across the street and she was like right by that car, right, next to it. And she was holding it like, look what I got, right? And the thing is, people don't understand that if they can't reach me, it ricochets. So she ricocheted that. Because they do fuck shit like that and they know who they're fucking with, they'll do protection spells, right? And if God wants some shit to go down, he'll let it go down, right? So, but I want to put it out there because I already know it was these fucking people, bitch. Because like I said, they tried to silence me. They didn't want me to speak. They didn't want me, like till this motherfucking day, they don't want me to have a spouse. They don't want me to speak. Mr. Brown's family members and the people that they hire always taking off my rings, like flying by, right? And I know it's coming from him and his family members, bitch. I know that for a fucking fact. And shit like that. So, like I said, the people might say like, who the fuck are you? There's a mission that I'm here to fulfill, bitch. And if people don't know, there's a list of people that God gave me that I had to deal with, which was Moreno. I don't remember him being on the list, but I mean, he's on my leg, okay? So it was Moreno, it was Brown, it was Tates, and I think that's it. Those were the main important people. My husband was add-on. Mr. Bobby, the pastor, was an add-on, but it was for a reason. I think God put him in there just so when shit went down, people could see. Even pastors do fuck shit like this behind the scenes, right? Spiritually raping and all this shit, manipulating energy, all of it. So that's why all these people that were not on that list came in. But the main people that was put on that list was because they were the ones attached to those other people, right? So there you go. So like I said, it was Moreno, it was Brown, and it was Tates. Why do I say this shit? My first son, before I even met any of you hoes, bitch, I wasn't even pregnant yet. When I got pregnant, I said, I don't even know what his name is going to be. And then I told my husband, I said, I want you to name him Christopher Andrew. And then he's like, oh, okay. So then he took the paper to the place where, you put the kid's name and shit. Because I couldn't go. I just had the baby. So he took his mom. When he came back, bitch, he came back with my son's name now, which is Luis Andres, which is Luis, his daddy's name, and then Andres, which is Andrew in Spanish, okay? So Christopher just flew out the window. So mind you, Christopher, Andrew was supposed to be his name. So Christopher, which is Chris Brown, and Andrew Tates, bitch, both of them, okay? They were already there from the beginning, bitch, before I even knew anything about them at all whatsoever. I didn't own shit, okay? So that's for the firstborn. For the last one, because Andres is already there, which is Andrew, and he was paired up with my husband's name, which is the marriage one, right? Luis, which is my baby daddy, my ex-husband, and then Andrew, which is, I don't know, right? Whatever. So Christopher was left out, right? Until I got pregnant with the last one. The first one and the last one is a full circle. Everybody knew that. Everybody saw it. Like my first son looks just like the little one. And like if it's like he was reborn kind of a thing. So it's like full circle. So because Andrew was there at the beginning as a pair, like a marriage pair with my baby daddy, Luis Andres, Luis Andrew, basically. And Christopher was not. So Christopher got his name with the last one. Again, I didn't know why because I didn't even know him yet at the time. He was already in my energy though, because I don't even want to get into that part, but he was already in my energy field and I knew that. So I was like, oh, well, how am I going to name my son? This last one, right? Because I have 5 of them. And I was like, fuck, which one is it? Which name? And then I said, let me name him Noah Christopher, right? In my head. And then I wrote it down and I sent it. And then I was like, nah, it doesn't sound right. Like, it sounds like it should be backwards. No. I wanted to name him. On paper, it said Christopher Alexander was going to be his name. And then something's like, nah, Noah. It has to be Noah. And I was like, I like Noah, right? But if I put Christopher Noah, it doesn't sound right. I mean, Noah Christopher, it doesn't sound right. So then I flipped it, right? So my son's name is Christopher Noah, because Noah Christopher didn't sound right. But the thing is, when I submitted the paperwork, the first paperwork, it was, what was it? Christopher Alexander was going to be his name. So Mr. Brown would have been like, no, right? In my head, right? But God said, no, it has to be that. So I switched it. I made the lady come back and she had already submitted the paperwork. She had to go redo some shit to change it, bitch. So people don't understand. I'm here for a fucking reason. And you people are getting in the way of that. And God is going to fuck you bitches up for coming and you took my man. You bitches are fighting over superficial shit. This right here is some kind of plan that God had created, right? You think like you taking a man, it doesn't mean shit. The man was supposed to meet me for whatever reason. Maybe that's his catalyst to change his fucked up life that he had. Maybe that's a change so you bitches can fuck off and leave him alone and he could grow up, right? Some shit. I don't know, bitch. But the thing is, it was already written. So you hood rap bitches talking about, I took your man. I've said it. The men that I have met have not been the problem. I mean, they have, right? But they have been the problem to where they were so sheeple to these whores that they've attached themselves to you as men every fucking lifetime. Look it up. Do your research on your own fucking life and what happened to you. And I'll give you a glimpse of it. You bitches dealt with me. And then you cheated on me with a whore. And then the whore binded you to her. And then you bitches killed me. Okay? That's in a nutshell. And that's every fucking one of you, right? And so God said, which one of these bitches is going to actually do it right? And I already said the answer to that. So I already know that. And the other ones got bamboozled out their spot again. The only difference is you weren't able to kill me with your whores. Because it's the whores manipulating most of the shit. It's the whores. I said that shit. I've been saying that shit. These men think that, you're the one with the control. That's not true. Go back in your history and find out what happened. Find out what happened. A lot of you bitches already know what happened. But you sided with the whores right now. You're like, I love this bitch. Okay, so if you love her, walk away. Leave me alone and walk the fuck away. Go away. Like it's time to move on. Keep that whore you chose and figure it out. So if you think I'm lying, look it up. Find out what happened in your history, why I'm attached to you and you can't let go so bad. That is why. That is why. That mission that you were supposed to continue in a cycle, that's why you don't know why you keep doing it. Because it's a cycle that you've done it so many lifetimes where you find a whore, you cheat on me, and you run off of her and then try to kill me. Like I said, you tried it this lifetime again. Except God said, not this lifetime, bitch. Not this one. and your whores are manipulating you. They don't even like none of you. They don't like you. They're just coming for you because of me. I told my baby daddy that. I said, your whore does not like you. It's always like they want to prove like I'm better than you. I'm better than you. They want to humble me. It ain't because they fucking like you, bitch. It's not. You could look that shit up as well. Because at the end of the day, some shit went down. Both of you bitches didn't even like each other in the other lifetime either. You just paired up with the whore, started fucking on her, and then decided, oh, the bitch was jealous of me, and then told you to help her try to kill me, and you bitches did. And you bitches did. Multiple lifetimes. Except for this one. This one, it's you. It's you bitches. Unless the men change, like I said, for me, the mission was the men. These hood rat bitches are attached to you. That's your karmic shit to deal with, not mine. Mine were the men. And theirs is the females that they chose. Whether they stay with them, whether they don't entertain them, whatever. But I know one of you bitches, Mr. Moreno here, attached himself to so many. He has so many karmic ties, bitch. So many. So how the fuck you're gonna deal with that shit in this lifetime? To get rid of all these fucking whores that you attached yourself to, that are manipulating you, playing with your energy, and you in your head thinking that you're manipulating them. Nah, bitch, it's the opposite. Again, you live and breathe this bullshit. Why not investigate this shit about your